All right, welcome back to A World Without Christmas, the text adventures from Saints Row for the Saints Save Christmas. Here we go. Claus was holding the world hostage. Tinsel had finally made his way to me with his sack of magic dust, which was only kind of disturbing. The crew, the important parts anyway, had been assembled. We wanted to get all those people who had been brainwashed by Claus, this twisted presence, on our side. And Tinsel assured us the magic dust could do it. But of course, there was a problem, which was hitting enough people with it, they'll forgot and snorted it all. That would be fucking funny. Let's see what it says. No, but I kind of think he wanted to. Claus found us? No. Nobody finds the Saints unless the Saints want to be found, except those times people found us. Fair enough. Hitting enough people with it. Hitting enough people with it! According to Tinsel, you had to come into contact with the dust to be affected by it. We only had a little bit, meaning we couldn't waste a speck, and no good way of distributing it to a wide audience. Kinsey said she could produce more if she had the components, but Tinsel said only Santa could bless the stuff. Without Santa, it was just dead skin cells and sawdust. Johnny suggested putting it into a sprayer and hosing people with it. Not a bad idea, but it was the boss who came up with the best plan. Crop dusting, shabba dabba 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 ding dong. Actually, water supply would be the best way to go about it. Yeah, we really didn't have that kind of time. All right, cool. How big do you think the steel point around? I don't know. None of this happened in the game. I'm guessing. I was actually just guessing at that point. Yep. It appears sometime during the presidency, Pierce had a great idea of hooking up an aerial application apparatus to Air Force One. From what the boss said, it was to be part of Pierce's attempt to paint the whole world purple. Our glorious our glorious communication officer, director, ladies and gentlemen. Well, turns out this harebrained scheme of Pierce's was actually going to come in handy. Under the cover of darkness, we made our way to the hangar. We were quite surprised Claus hadn't set up defenses around any command centers or anything. Whether that was a product of his ego or just an oversight is hard to say. Or just no, it's hard to say. I said it the first time. Yay me. And prepared for our counter assault. We had just gotten everything in order when no, Claus's forces attacked us. Actually, let's try this. Ha! No, but man, that's totally something Pierce would do, isn't it? Okay. Tinsel, bless his little elven heart, wasn't the sneakiest elf in the world. He had been trailed trailed the entire way from the workshop to Washington, D.C. A spy, following orders from that turncoat Twinkle, reported back to Claus about our plan. As soon as the hangar doors opened, a fleet of sleighs, each one signaled by the screeching of its robo-deer, descended from the sky. They came at us, guns blazing. We took cover in the hangar and unloaded what we had. I had no idea how long the battle took, but it seemed to last for hours. Gingerbread men, nutcrackers, weirdly tall elves, and mechanized reindeer surrounded us. Our enemy was strong, but we were determined. After the smoke cleared, it was obvious we won. We didn't. Sorry. It was a draw. The Saints don't do draws. That's good to know about Kinsey. Claus won. We were outgunned, outmanned, and we had nowhere to run. I know I added that word in there. I don't care. I grabbed a rocket launcher, climbed aboard Air Force One, and started firing missile after missile at them. Twinkle, in his robo-deer-driven sleigh, swooped down and grabbed me. He dragged me high, high into the sky. I remember the look he had. That twisted grin, that disgusting shimmer in his eye. Happy New Year, girl, he said. Then he, let's just say when I landed on the dirt, I was short one arm. That bastard. I was losing blood fast and fading. The last thing I saw was Johnny climbing onto Twinkle's sleigh and the scream he let out when the elf leveled my arm, still grasping onto that rocket launcher. Reddit, guess what the fuck? Did I say that right? I did. I said that right. It just came off weird to me. Soon after, it was over. Air Force One was grounded. We were all taken hostage, and Christmas was forever ruined. The planet had fallen into an evil version of Santa and his no good army of twisted Christmas icons. All hope was lost. We had no choice but to surrender to Claus, his will. The world was now, the world was his now, or so he thought. Oh, that was 6. I thought that was 7. Shit. The Saints had lost. All hope was gone. The world had fallen under the rule of Claus, and not even us Saints could save the day. Johnny was gone for real now. I'd lost an arm, though Twinkle insisted on replacing it so that I was still useful. Years went by. The boss was locked up away in Claus's office. While the rest of us, including the other Saints with whom we'd been reunited, were put to work in the mines. Our job, day in, day out, was collect metals from the earth. All we had to work with were a set of tiny hammers and some thimble-sized buckets. Why Twinkle and his men didn't make human-sized tools for us, I have no idea. Just another sign of their maliciousness, I suppose. We had attempted many uprisings, of course, but they were all thwarted by the watchful eye of Claus. Surprisingly, we rarely saw Claus. Rumors bounded that he was busy working on some grander plan, some ultimate master phase, but no one knew for certain what it was. Our job, day in, day out, was to collect metals from the earth. How the fuck? Oh, 'cause I picked the wrong one. Overthwarting Claus and reclaiming the earth consumed our every waking moment. It filled our hearts with fire and our veins with acid. We ate, slept, and breathed, defying the monster. No cause surpassed the death and destruction of Claus, Twinkle, and everything they wrought. So no, it wasn't lack of motivation. Oh, hey, how about you get fucked? While Claus was fuck. Oh no, I had it. Wait, what? Oh, because the fucking thing, it started up the same. I was confused. I do apologize. While Claus was rarely seen, Twinkle and his giant elves were omnipresent. Like starving hawks, they watched our every move. We couldn't wipe a bead of sweat from our brow without bringing down the wrath that didn't stop us. We developed a code, subtle gestures, inflections on certain words that helped us communicate with each other. With it, we were able to devise a plan right under their noses. The first of that phase of the operation was to infiltrate the office. Oh my God, no. Lead an uprising. That had to be the right thing, right? Yeah. The more, the merrier, right? In order to take out Claus for good, we needed to make sure Twinkle and his crew were distracted. It was Pierce who came up with the plan. I know. I was surprised too. It was Asha and Ben who put it into action. Kinsey faked an injury to draw the guard's attention. Ben struck from behind while Asha grabbed the giant elf's weapon. When other guards came running, I rallied the workers. By the time Twinkle and his posse showed up, we had taken the mine. The giant elves lay at our feet, and the workers stood by our side. We were ready for phase 2, smoking a bulb. I'm gonna smack you, I swear to God. Robo-Deer is right? No, okay, as it turns out, the Robo-Deer would be an integral part of our plan. Okay, I wasn't 100% sure. Damn right! I was gonna get that son of a bitch for my arm, for Johnny, and for siding with Claus and helping start this whole mess in the first place. The workers took their tiny tools and acquired guns from the giant elves. Asha and Ben cleared out the others while I leaped on that bastard Twinkle like a jungle cat. It was all over him like a spider monkey. I wasted no time in pummeling Twinkle to a pulp. With my last punch, I drove my fist through his giant elf face and into the ground below. With Twinkle down, we stormed Claus's compound. Seeing us energize the workers who had been on the assembly line. They took up arms alongside us. The Battle of Santa's Workshop was long and bloody. Sometime during the battle, I got my hands on a crimson cowboy. I fucked that up. The best weapon in the elven arsenal. We were just outside Claus's office when a Robo-Deer with a glowing nose charged me. I leveled my gun and squeezed the trigger. The bullet bounced off the reindeer's metal hide and landed square in my eye. I went down, but I wasn't out. I rose and together we tore Robo Rudolph apart. The path to Claus's office now clear. We threw the door open, ready to take that monster down once and for all, but the monster's room was empty. Claus was gone. Oh, sorry. I was just trying to make a decision. I chose against it. All that was left was a note. Nice try, Saints. You did real well. But I'm afraid you're stuck in this living hell. One planet couldn't beat me, don't you see? Now the universe will fall just as easily. By the way, I've got your boss. I'd be lying to say I was sorry for your loss. Had all our fighting been for nothing? No. No way. We couldn't let Claus win. We couldn't let the entire universe fall under his regime. We had to stop Claus. But how? Imagine we just want to start the time machine, right? That's what happens in the game. Claus had found Zinniak's time machine and hidden it in the back of his office. I had never been so happy to see a machine in my life. Kinsey would disagree. The machine was mangled, though. Half of it was missing, using parts from the destroyed Robo Rudolph, some of which were used to fix my eye, and the other, and a little elven ingenuity. Kinsey and Matt got the machine back in working order, but it only had enough juice to send one of us back. Matt thought it should be Asha. Ben suggested Kinsey, but it was Pierce who said it should be me. Shondy's lost the most. Shondy's lost the most of any of us, he said. Huh? Maybe I've been too hard on Pierce this whole time, I thought. Plus, if she doesn't come back, we'd still have everybody important. Or maybe not. Still, I agreed. I would make the trip back to my own past, but when? How far to go back? I could have traveled back and warned everybody about the Zen invasion, but I also knew I needed to be able to get back to my own time. Also, if we had never been abducted, we wouldn't have gotten Johnny back. So I chose the day before Claus came to power. We would have defeated Zinniak already and had his time machine, but it wouldn't be too late to save Christmas. To set the course, I set the course, stepped into the time machine, and hit the button, and like that, I was gone. All right, so the next episode will be the last one, and I'll explain something that was a little off about this playthrough, like compared to the PS3 version, but we'll worry about that later. Until next time, I'm out of here. I really hope there are people watching this and it's like, this is entertaining. I don't know how you find this entertaining, but I'm glad you do. Peace.